Welcome to the 128th edition of Spooky Reviews from Spooky Ventures. This time around, the movie I'm reviewing is a DVD release of an anthology film called Haunted Stories and Tales of Horror. The pieces here are all short films that have been collected into this anthology. Now, a lot of anthologies have an overarching story that connects all of the separate stories together somehow. That's not the case here. This just flows from one story to another, basically with a title card at the beginning of them. While I enjoyed all the stories, some stand taller than others. I will say most of them surprised me in some way, and that's a good thing. For me, there are a couple draws to anthology films. First, if you don't like one or two of the stories, you can still enjoy others, making it more likely that the movie is a fun experience. Secondly, with shorter run times, there's less filler and so less build-up, and that means that every moment tends to count a little more. The filmmakers have to get in and get out and get the story told. The first story here features some adventure girls selling cookies who seem much too insistent. The second story shows another side to hazing, with some sorority girls exacting revenge on a male student who seduced them as part of his fraternity initiation. In the third story, an invitation-only horror film showing is not what it appears, and a young girl who crashes the party finds that out. But she's not the only one who is in for a surprise. Story 4 feels very much like a Twilight Zone kind of vibe. A young housewife finds an hourglass that can grant its owner extra time, but there are rules that must be followed, and as you can guess, something goes wrong with that. The fifth story features a hospital room where a doctor is struggling to survive after an accident. But not everyone in the hospital is pulling for his recovery, and things are definitely not what they appear to be. In the final story, a radio show host has an unusual guest and some even stranger calls to his show. I've not seen the movie Late Night with the Devil that's at the theaters yet, but I think it may have some similarities to this story. Each story has its own flavor. I really did like them all, but I enjoyed some more than others. All in all, I would consider this a very successful and entertaining film. One thing I should mention is that this is a bare-bones release. In other words, there are no bonuses at all here. I always say, though, those are just extras. I mean, they call them bonuses. The main film is the draw, and this one definitely does its job. Spooky Ventures is the home for spooky content and spooky merchandise on the web. Check it out today at spookyventures.com. And remember, always keep it spooky.